Oh, I have a burp. Okay. You got everything. Thanks, Nox. I turn off the lights in my house. It's 4 in the morning. With dawn still a few hours away, we leave the Emiya household. Everything's arranged already. There's nothing to talk about now. We just need to go to battle and fulfill our roles. There's no guarantee that we'll come back alive. No, that's been the case all along, but there's less of a guarantee this time. That's why I'm carefully turning off all the lights. Huh? There's someone standing in the yard. The golden-haired girl is just standing there, looking up at the night sky. Hey, what are you doing, Saber?
I was watching this guy in this house.
Her reply is gentle. She's looking at the house with an expression different from the first time I met her.
A lot has happened. I want to engrave the events in my mind so that I will remember them forever.
It is. The voice of one prepared not to return. I see. Yeah, please remember it if you can. I make a clumsy wish from the porch.
Yes, then I have a favor to ask of you as well. I will protect you two, so please come back to this house together.
Yeah, we'll come back here no matter what. That's all I can manage to say. We're going to go destroy the Holy Grail. At the same time, Servant Saber will be returning to her original place. Even if I want her to stay here. And even if Saber's attached to this house, as long as she's a servant, she can't go against the law.
Hey, what are you doing? We don't have time, so hurry up!
A voice urges us from the entrance. Tosaka must be waiting at the gate, ready to go.
Shiro.
Yeah, let's go settle this once and for all. I turn off the last light and leave the house with Saber. A quiet night. The illusion of the girl staring up at the stars is still lingering in the yard. The plan goes like this. Saber will head to the Realta temple from the front, while Tosaka and I sneak in from the back. Saber will enter before us so she can get Gilgamesh's attention. We'll use that opening to sneak in, quickly destroy the Holy Grail, and go help Saber. I'll keep Gilgamesh at bay by projecting his noble phantasms, allowing Saber to finish him off. That's the only plan we have. It's a path you can barely call a road. Tosaka must have researched it beforehand, as she goes up without hesitation. At night, the mountain's dark and ominous. It's natural for the sacred mountain to reject people. The dark mountain is threatening, but it's an embodiment of the pure gods at the same time. But
This isn't normal. It smells so bloody that I feel sick.
Tosaka stares up the summit, where the Realta temple is. Smelling bloody is just a phrase Tosaka used. There's no smell of blood coming from the mountain. It just feels strange. The air is damp and it sticks to the skin like a membrane. The place is fused with a life force so strong that I can't tell if the breathing I hear is mine or the mountain's. I feel like I'm climbing a big living organ rather than a mountain.
Hate that analogy. I know it's late to ask, but how do you feel, Shiro?
Then Tosaka suddenly asked me such a question. Huh? I feel fine, but really not. To be honest, it's beyond my control. I honestly tell her. I can easily project dozens of weapons with this amount of magical energy. But it's like having a jet engine inside of a worn-out plane, so the fuel might leak out and explode if I let my guard down.
Wow, that's a luxurious worry, but I'm glad it worked. I was worried since it was the first time.
Worry? Don't tell me you just barely pulled that ritual off.
Not the ritual, the part after that. I'm talking about the balance of the magical energy I'm giving to you and Saber. I'm sharing my magical energy between two people, so Saber is getting less energy now.
Oh, I see. Does that mean Saber can't fight with all her power?
Hey, don't take me so lightly. I won't do such a clumsy thing. The magical energy I'm giving you is small, so it's fine. But we can't push it. Saber can only use her holy sword once.
She can only use her holy sword once? Then we can't use the holy sword against Gilgamesh. Saber's noble phantasm has to be saved to destroy the Holy Grail. Then Saber has to keep Gilgamesh busy without using her noble phantasm?
Yeah, so we'll have to go help her as quickly as possible. I told her that she can use the holy sword if she can't stop Gilgamesh by herself. But that would be it for Saber. Only her holy sword can destroy the Holy Grail. So...
My breathing stops. In short, she'll have to use her holy sword at the cost of her existence. Tosuka, that's...
It can't be helped. It's what Saber said. She will destroy the Holy Grail even if I stop her.
Tosuka murmurs as she looks away. Damn, how stupid of me. It must be hard for Tosuka as well. Tosuka doesn't want Saber to disappear either. Then... Let's hurry. We won't give Saber to Gilgamesh.
Of course not. She's mine. I won't let him kill her.
We run. We know what we have to do. We have to stop the Holy Grail as fast as we can and go settle the match with Gilgamesh. Interlude. Just hold off Gilgamesh. Yeah, exactly right. The mountain is rumbling. The sky is filled with dark clouds, and the trees are rustling as if shivering with fear. She watches it all at the entrance to the mountain gate. She understood that the Realta temple was poisoned the instant she approached it. The golden servant isn't the only one waiting for her at the top of the stairs. Something strange is waiting for her. Oh, it's gotta be weird flesh mass that was Shinji, right?
Mm-hmm.
She cannot afford to make a mistake. If the mountain's a place of death, then she will draw all the risk to herself. She wants the other two to make it out alive. She cannot hold anything back. She can only use her holy sword twice. She understands that she'll disappear the instant she activates the holy sword for the second time.
I do not care. He is an enemy I cannot match unless I risk my life.
The king of heroes, Gilgamesh. She can't think of anything else but to use the holy sword against that man with 1,000 noble phantasms. I assume that was Rin.
Go after 30 minutes, Saber.
She recalls Rin's words.
Nice.
It's only 1 more minute till the appointed time. She breathes out and sets her condition. Wind blows down from the mountaintop. The instant the trees shiver against the evil wind, she starts up the stone steps. She runs up in a flash. Her attack must have been detected the instant she stepped onto the stairs. The last servant should appear at the temple. She'll get to him as quickly as possible so she can defeat him before Shiro and Rin arrive. She cannot disobey her master's order. She started off after waiting 30 minutes, just as Rin ordered. Even if she arrives at the temple before Rin expects her to, she's not going against Rin's order. It's just that she'll protect her master's life, and go against Rin's expectation as a result. If the thing leaking out from the mountain is pollution, Saber is a raging wind that blows the pollution away. It shouldn't take her a minute to get to the top. She'll be 5 minutes faster than what Rin is expecting. She can end her fight against Gilgamesh in that time.
Huh.
She runs, enduring the mountain's chill. The silver armor shoots up to the temple like a bullet. And when she finally reaches the mountain gate...
Right?
Her feet, which shouldn't stop, come to an unexpected halt. Sweat runs down her forehead. She looks up at the mountain gate in astonishment.
Gilgamesh?
I feel like the surprise means it's not, but I'm not sure.
Ah.
No.
This is your boy, right?
Oh, fuck, it was.
You made him like
How do
Caster, but more manly, I think.
Right, Mancaster. I've been waiting for you. I'm glad you made it in time, Saber. An elegant voice echoes through the night. Moonlight glints off the longsword. On the stairs leading up to the mountain gate stands an enemy who should not exist.
Assassin.
There's no elegance in Saber's voice. An enemy that shouldn't be there. An obstacle that shouldn't exist. She can't be calm in the face of these surprises. What's wrong, Saber? Is it that much of a surprise that I'm here? You should know that I'm the guard here. His pleased voice is calm and composed. The swordsman's acting casually, even with the evil wind swirling about.
Impossible. Why are you here, assassin? Castor summoned you. You cannot exist since Castor is gone.
That should be the case for normal servants, but I'm a bit special. It's not a person, but this land that is binding me. Masters are the hosts which keep you in this world. It is this mountain in my case.
What? The land is the host?
That's right. Servants, one without form, cannot maintain other servants, even if they're magi. A host from this age is needed to keep a servant in this world. That fox summoned me and chose this land to be my host. Therefore, I am a servant that can only appear here. I will not disappear as long as the mountain exists, even if Castor, my summoner, dies. But that is only borrowed time. The fox gave me about 20 days worth of magical energy. You should be able to tell when my limit is. Saying so, the swordsman raises his right hand. Inside his elegant kimono, his white arm is transparent like glass.
Assassin, you.
I will not last until dawn, as you can see. The appointed time of 20 days is already over. It's just luck that kept me alive this long. She looks up at the swordsman in astonishment. Neither enmity nor murderous intent is emitted from his sword. He just wishes for a fight. He's demanding a meaningless battle.
Then you have stayed just to fight against me, assassin?
Do not let me say it, Saber. It will just turn into meaningless words if I say it. Ha, he laughs. She can understand how he feels. But she does not have the time right now. The other two will make it in time for the battle unless she hurries. No, in the worst case, they'll reach the temple to face Gilgamesh even before she does.
Move aside, assassin. The one that ordered you to protect this gate has died. There is no longer a reason to follow that command.
Saber asks while she takes a step forward. But I refuse. I had no reason to fight from the start. Assassin points his sword at Saber, saying that he'll start the fight if she comes any closer. No, I don't have a reason to fight. From the very beginning I've had nothing. I don't have pride as a heroic spirit. I do not have a wish I want granted. No, first of all, it was a mistake that I got summoned, because I am not Sasaki Kojiro.
Nani?
Saber's confusion reaches its limit. Sasaki Kojiro. It should be the true identity of the servant. But Assassin himself said that he's a fake. You shouldn't be so surprised. Sasaki Kojiro is never more than a fictional swordsman without a true identity. It is said that he existed, but records on him are too vague. His past was falsely forged as a convenient foe to a famed swordsman. Sure, a man named Sasaki Kojiro existed. I'm also sure that there was a swordsman who used Monohoshi Zao. But they are not the same person. A swordsman with the name Sasaki Kojiro is a fictional character created to be his enemy's foil.
You are a fictional heroic spirit?
Yes, I am Sasaki Kojiro. It merely means that I'm the best suited for this role. I do not have a name, I do not know how to read or write, and I was not fortunate enough to be given one. I am a phantom that was summoned just because I could execute Sasaki Kojiro's secret technique. As I'm a false servant, I cannot last long. Caster treated me as a disposable servant because of that reason. See, there's no meaning in this, right? Even if I am to perform a great deed here, all the reward will go to Sasaki Kojiro. I will get nothing, as I am nothing. Everything is meaningless. I'm not even clear about myself. I'm only a disposable swordsman that acts out the role of Sasaki Kojiro. His longsword wavers. The fictional swordsman created by a fictional story blocks your way as if to fulfill his role. But if there is a meaning in me, it is now. If there's a wish for me who died nameless, he must have dreamed of a match with a superior swordsman who he could not have been allowed to witness as a nameless swordsman.
Assassin.
She readies her sword. She can't convince her enemy. The only way she can answer the swordsman who's prepared for his death is to fight him. Then let us start. My life will end no matter what. There can be no better end than to die at your hand. His longsword moves. Saber's sword repels the strike like moonlight. Gah! His longsword wavers. She can't match Gilgamesh. She uses up her powers here. But she cannot afford to hold back. No, she doesn't know if she can win, even if she uses all her powers. His longsword gets more fierce with each blow. A fictional swordsman? A swordsman who can match a heroic spirit without a noble phantasm? She must settle her match with him right here and now.
Alright.
The mountaintop is near. I said it better the first time. We'll reach the back of the temple once we climb up this mountain. I think there's a big lake there.
I see it. We're almost there.
Tosca pushes her way through the branches and runs up the hill. I keep watching our surroundings. I follow behind Tosca. And so, it greets us the instant we make our way from the hill onto level ground.
Skingy?
It's Skingy! What is this? A lump of meat is wriggling around. The thing in the middle of the lake spews out black blood and shakes as if asking for help. How big is that thing? Already as big as an island, the pile of flesh is slowly expanding. The clear water is now dirty and sticky like coal tar. No way. Is that the Holy Grail? I avert my gaze, unable to stare directly at it. The air on this mountain is that thing's breath. The infinitely flowing magical energy is making that lump of meat explode, and the black blood is polluting the lake. The blood isn't just colorless energy. The black thing is a visible curse. Ugh! Just looking at the black mud gives me chills. The curse seeps into my brain through my eyes, ordering me to... And that is all. What the... How can we stop such a thing? The distance is about 30 meters. The lake is shallow and it'd be easy to walk in it. But it's suicidal to go into that mud. Just looking at the curse is almost enough to knock one unconscious. I'll weaken and sink into the mud if I walk a meter into it.
It's about to explode. I don't know if it was shaped like that from the start, but I bet the original vessel was too small. It can't contain the thing in it, and it's about to break the vessel.
Break the vessel? You mean...
If Shinji's the Holy Grail, it would mean he would be destroyed. Can you see it? There's something that's shaped like a human in it, right? I think you'll be able to see it.
Huh? I look where Tosca's looking. Within the expanding pile of flesh, I certainly see something shaped like a human. He looks like he's been crucified. His clothes have been torn off, leaving him naked. Visible against his skin, the blood vessels writhe like centipedes, connecting him to the meat. It looks bizarre, as if grapevines took a human form. Shinji... I can't see his face, but I'm sure of that physique.
I see. So is he alive?
I can't tell. He's not dead, but I'm not optimistic enough to say he's alive in that condition. He's breathing. His body is... I can't even say that he has human limbs in a way.
I thought so. The Holy Grail this time is in human form, so it means it's operated using a person, right? I guess Shinji turned out that way because he's incompatible. The Holy Grail won't function unless the host is alive.
But that thing is about to explode. It's going to destroy Shinji, right?
That's because it can't be helped. The Holy Grail will not exist anymore if that happens. That strange thing will flow out from a gate that Holy Grail opens. Still be, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we can still make it in time. The Holy Grail has been activated, but it's not in its true form, nor is it broken. That Goldie just wants to open the gate. His objective is to activate the Holy Grail and to destroy the vessel. If he does that...
The mysterious mud will flow out infinitely. There's no time to think. We have to pull Shinji out of that thing and stop the Holy Grail. Tosuka, can you do something about that mud? It looks like you can walk on it if we freeze it.
That's impossible. I can do it if it's just water, but that thing is a curse made up of magical energy. Even a mage specialized in freezing would have a hard time freezing a magical energy that took physical form.
I see. Then I guess I'll just have to pray and run through it.
What?
Only option. I'll cross the lake before I get cursed and bring back Shinji.
Hey, are you going to go like that? It's impossible. It'll swallow you.
You never know unless you try. We don't have time. Saber should be fighting right now. We can't hesitate here. I quickly turn, moving to protect Tosuka.
This is surprising. I did not think I would see your face for the third time, you mongrel.
I'll laugh. He appears here as if he knows our plan. Gilgamesh? No way, then who's Saber fighting? It seems Saber's fighting someone from what Tosuka's saying. Fuck. But I can't tell who she's...
You started so confidently that I was like, alright, man.
I really could have been either. But I can't tell who she's fighting, nor how she's faring. No, this isn't the time to be thinking about such things. The one before us is the worst possible enemy. He's the strongest servant, the one the three of us had planned to beat together. But only Tosuka and I face him now.
Oh, Saber is not here? How dull. In that case, I guess I will settle for killing just the two of you.
Coldness emanates from the sea of mud, and the man before me gives off a murderous intent. He already has the noble phantasms ready behind him. I'll be skewered the instant I carelessly take a step forward.
No, that will be too boring. I normally do not allow such a thing, but I shall make an exception for the two of you. Just this once. You two are special guests. I shall give you two a brief grace period.
Grace period? I clench my fist as I glare at the enemy. My magic circuit's open. I managed to form 14 blueprints in my head. I'll reproduce his swords once he clicks his fingers. I should be able to let Tosuka escape.
What, do I have to tell you? I'm telling you two to stand there until the cocoon hatches. It would be too lonesome if I were the only one to witness it. Seeing this through will give meaning to your lives.
I can't listen to him. Our goal is to stop the Holy Grail. If we can still make it, we have to get Shinji back. Which one of us starts and which one of us finishes?
Honestly, I think I'm the top line and you're the bottom line.
Okay.
I see. I'm sorry, but...
I won't do as you say. I'm gonna go there and stop your Holy Grail right away. Then, Tosuka glares at Gilgamesh from behind me. Well, we might have flipped that.
Oh?
He grins. He smiles like that when he decides to kill the one in front of him. Oh, hold on, Tosuka, that's...
Can you stop him here, Shiro? I know it's unreasonable, but please hold on until Saber makes it here. I'm gonna go pull Shinji out.
What? Pull Shinji out?
I know, he's still Sakura's brother, and I can't just let him die in front of me. And you believe in saving anyone that can be saved, right?
Tosuka runs to the Black Lake. Is she gonna go into that mud?
I love that you going into that mud, not a fucking pause. Just, you were like, yeah, I'll run in, I'll do it, it'll be fine. And the moment she runs towards it, you're like, hold on, bad idea.
Shiro loves plans where he dies.
Oh my god. How ridiculous, are you trying to make me die of laughter?
He laughs as if to look down at Tosuka's determination. What's so funny?
Oh, is it not comical for you, mongrel? Go through that curse. Do you think that a mere human can go through what even a servant cannot bear? Don't take me too lightly. I'm not so weak as to be tainted by this curse. And I'm not half spirit like you guys. I'm fully human, so I won't let that curse drown me.
It's an obvious bluff, but I'm sure that Toska will make it across. As she says, Toska-rin isn't so weak as to lose to that curse.
I see. Then do as you wish. But I will not allow such a thing.
Trace. A sword shoots forward. The sword flies through the air to pierce Tosuka's defenseless back. Off! It's slashed down by Concho. Ah! Ah! I breathe hard. I made it. Even though I was prepared, this is the fastest projection I've ever done. It's probably thanks to Tosuka's magical energy. With this, I might be able to...
You...
Murderous rage fills his red eyes. The projection made him serious. The noble phantasms behind his back increase in number.
Shiro.
I hear Tosuka's worried voice. I don't turn around, but stare at my enemy with Concho in hand. Tosuka, I'm leaving Shinji up to you. That's all I say.
Alright, I'll bring him back right away.
I hear a splashing sound.
It's
It's just mud. It's not the flesh
I
yet.
know, but God, the moment it hit.
Tosuka goes into that mud without any hesitation. Whew. Then I'll protect her. I won't allow a single noble phantasm to get past me. I'm your opponent. Beat me if you want to attack Tosuka. I take a step forward. I must have gotten on his nerves. The golden servant takes his eyes off Tosuka and looks at me.
Huh, that girl will die anyway. It was out of compassion that I tried to kill her.
The noble phantasms point at me. He lets out a sharp, murderous intent.
But it seems I need to teach you a lesson before that. You miserable fraud. I shall teach you the difference between the fake and the real!
He releases his treasures unsparingly. Interlude.
It's absolutely, dude.
Oh. Oh, yes, it is. It just didn't...
It just didn't give us the transition.
Weird. The longsword slashes through the darkness. Saber has yet to be able to close in on her enemy that freely swings his longsword. Unable to dodge, she retreats. The distance between the two doesn't shrink. There's 1 meter between Saber and Assassin. But Saber is unable to climb the few steps. She bites her lip. She cannot waste any time. She surpasses him in power. She can overpower him if she uses her magical energy and her sword as a shield. Just 1 blow. She can overpower him if she can withstand just 1 blow. It could be her arm or leg. If she doesn't allow the wound to slow her, there'll be no second attack. She can surely slash Assassin after she receives his blow. Slash Assassin's a mean comment.
Mm-hmm.
But if the attack is to come for her neck, she cannot overpower him. All of the servant's attacks are of that kind. All are meant to take her life. Retreat is the only defense against them. She can't move forward because of the enemy's technique, and the geographical disadvantage does not allow her to move to either side. She can't move forward because of those reasons. She must reach the temple alive. The two are fighting Gilgamesh even at this moment. They might die if she's late. No, in the worst case, they're already...
Oh, that is me.
She runs. She rushes upward, yelling as if to deny the ominous thought. The two weapons collide. For some reason, Assassin swings his sword not at the charging saber, but at the swinging sword. Impressive, as expected from Saber's sword. I thought it would be able to take a few blows, but it was bent after just one. Sparks fly off. The swords try to push each other away.
Assassin blocked my sword?
An assassin's sword is fragile. It's a good sword that can even cut steel, but it's made by a human. It cannot even be compared to her sword that's not made by men. His longsword would be pulverized if he used his power to strike back at the oncoming attack. That's why Assassin has parried the attacks and pushed back Saber by attacking her body instead of her sword until now. But Assassin blocked this attack. Assassin's sword can't block Saber's attack no matter how strong he is. The longsword that blocks Saber's attack is bent. There's no way it's as sharp as it was before.
I can beat him? Can I beat him without a scratch?
Saber asks herself while she pushes back Assassin's longsword. That question becomes an opening. There's a reason why Assassin blocked her sword. She's standing in that position before she realizes it. Their positions are different. They're now standing on the same level. Before she realizes it, Saber has been forced to fight sideways. It's just like before. They're standing on the same plane. This is the position he needs to execute his secret technique. Assassin's able to execute his demonic attack here. Tsubame Gaishi. 3 arcing blades close in on the enemy from all sides, allowing no chance for defense or evasion. A chill runs up her back.
Assassin, you...
Saber stops pushing. She can push him back. She can push Assassin back with her strength, then follow up with a finishing blow, or run up to the mountain gate. But it'll be the same either way. That attack will come the instant she pushes him away. It'll end once he executes his technique. It doesn't matter if she runs up to him or if she turns her back and runs up the mountain. So she can't push him. She can only loosen up and match Assassin's push. Are you sure you want to relax like that? I can push you back now. Assassin stares at Saber in satisfaction. There's no inhumane emotion there. The swordsman is just fascinated by her eyes, trying to find some way out of this hopeless situation.
So this is why you damaged your own weapon?
Of course, I wanted to put an end to the match. I thought this would bring out the Saber I saw previously. Do not think about what comes after this battle while we're fighting. She gasps. Assassin's words are not to insult her, but... The compound is burning. Sounds of swords clashing and breaking. It's the sound of battle between Gilgamesh and Emiya Shiro. It seems the banquet's at its peak. This is no time for you to be staying here.
Assassin!
She puts power into her arms. She puts magical energy into her sword to push her enemy back. But she can't do it. She'll die when she does so. She'll fall into Assassin's trap when she gets away from him. She grits her teeth in frustration. She puts magical energy into her sword without a plan. Then... why the hesitation? There's only one thing for us to do. The swordsman's voice is clear.
Assassin?
From the very beginning, we're only summoned to fulfill our roles. As I protect this gate, you have something to protect as well. Then there is nothing to think about. And Saber, you are not the only one who's in a hurry. There's no lie in those words. Those are the first and last true words for the swordsman that fulfilled his role as a fictional character. That he would like for both of them to go all out on each other. The swordsman in front of her is telling her his only wish, his only compensation for being summoned in this world. That's you.
I apologize for my impoliteness. We certainly do not have time.
She releases the magical energy in her sword. The merciless force pushes an assassin back. He slides back about 2 meters. Saber doesn't move, even though she's within Assassin's best range. She doesn't run up to the mountain gate, nor does she charge the assassin. She releases the seal. Showing her sword, Saber confronts Assassin. There is no hesitation in her eyes. She will use all her powers if need be. Her eyes state that she'll use all her strength to defeat the enemy in front of her. There's nothing to talk about now. The fictional swordsman readies his sword. Let us. He greets his greatest enemy with his strongest technique.
Of course.
She struggles through the sea of tainted meat. The lake isn't even a meter deep. Chunks of flesh carpet the bottom, so she only sinks up to her knees.
Jeez, this is too disgusting.
She grumbles as she breathes hard. Every step brings a chill as if she's treading on piles of insects. It's like better than the pile of flesh that she's actually treading on.
You're gonna say that insects are better than flesh?
Yeah. Don't you'd rather walk on piles of flesh than like bugs?
Are the bugs living or dead?
I assume dead, because it's not like they're like crawling up her, right?
Because if the bugs are moving, absolutely fucking not. I will take the flesh meat. If the bugs are dead, honestly, coin flip, they're both terrible.
I think even if the bugs are alive, I take the bugs. Unless they're like a bug that'll hurt you, obviously. But
like,
if they're not gonna bite me, I don't really care.
If it was spiders.
Are they gonna bite me?
No, but they're big.
Oh, if they're not gonna bite me, then that's fine.
God, where do you live that you're not afraid of bugs?
I mean, I have a lot of cockroaches, but I don't think I have a lot of bugs in my life. New Mexico just has a lot of cockroaches. Anyway, treading on flesh. If she stops moving, the taint on her skin begins to solidify and consume her.
Jeez, damn it!
She shakes it off with all her might and keeps going. It's almost impossible to keep wading through the rottenness while keeping your sanity. After this, even slaughtering a cow shouldn't be a big deal. Toscarin thinks so defiantly. So she's getting used to this work now. She's so tense that she'll stop moving when she stops treating this as work, but at least there's no mental damage this way.
Oh, sorry.
but she cannot endure it with just willpower. Her temperature rises with each step. The meat on her legs attacks her nerves instantly. Even if she flings it off, the poison's already entered her system. Curse. The malice is almost tangible and it feels like a disease. One will get sick when touched by it. It taints the nerve, takes away energy, boils the brain, and kills within one step. A normal person would stop moving after 2 steps and would fall into the sea of decay. She doesn't know what would happen after that. She doesn't even want to consider whether she'd be suffocated or absorbed into the poisoned flesh. Her mind is too overcome with heat even to think about it.
Ugh, man.
She braces her staggering feet and keeps moving forward. Rin didn't enter the pool of mud without a plan. She swallowed 2 jewels and is using all of the magical energy she saved up to defend herself. If this curse is crystallization of pure magical energy, she should be able to repel it with strong magical energy of her own.
This is bad.
Her vision wavers. Her guess was right, but her scale was off. The swallowed jewels are as good as a paper shield against the curse. This is not something a human can fight against. No human can ward off this curse. In here, one's belief in oneself is the only support of their life.
Oh, jeez, jumping into a sea of fire is cooler than this.
With her jewel's protection, jumping into a sea of fire would be no problem. As soon as she complains, she gets angry at herself and sets her mind straight. It's not true. She cannot be complaining. She concentrates on the sounds behind her. She can't see the 2 anymore. She doesn't know if Shiro moved the battleground away or if he's just cornered. Either way, it seems the fight's gone to the compound.
Just a bit more. I'll finish this quickly, so...
She runs. It's only as fast as walking, but she frantically moves her feet. She pushes her way through the tainted meat. Her breathing ragged, she reaches out.
Got it.
She climbs up. She can feel the mountain of meat.
Oh, it seems it's better here.
She lays on the pulsing ground.
Oh,
At this point. This feels even nastier, but the heat violating her nerves goes away.
Wait, could this be...
She puts her finger on the red ground. It's the same as the black mud, but it has form. It's something that shouldn't exist in this world. Something that came out of the Holy Grail and took form using magical energy.
Servants. This is exactly like the servants.
She murmurs in blank amazement. She tries to think what this could mean, but then stops herself. This isn't the time. There's only one thing she must do right now.
Alright, I'm rested. I'm going to find Shinji and get out of here.
She gets up and runs along the top of the mountain of meat. It is an island about 50 meters wide. She couldn't tell before, but this lumpy meat's intertwined.
Dum-dum.
Within it all, Mato Shinji is there, hidden amongst the flesh. So many swords.
So many.
Gah! I repel the oncoming swords. There are over 10 noble phantasms. Every one of them has been released to destroy me. I throw away the destroyed sword, prepare for the next attack. Ha! 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 I catch my breath in an instant. I can't project with ragged breath, so I'll just be skewered if I don't have a weapon. Ah! Gah! This battle's not a battle against him. This is a battle against my body. I will die once the speed and precision of my projection go down.
There is no time to rest.
In response to his voice, a straight sword points at me. The loaded noble phantasm is released at fatal speed. Trace? Gah! Unable to deflect the full impact, I fall to the ground. I quickly roll to the side and get up, steadying myself.
What is wrong? Your quality is going down. You cannot even call it a replica if it will break in one blow.
He laughs. He's obviously enjoying this. There's no way for me to defend myself. He releases all the noble phantasms behind him. But he releases them one by one, as if to test how much I can take. Ha! 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 That's what's keeping me alive right now. It's too hard to project a weapon after seeing it, even with Tosuka's backup. I can only imitate the shape. I can't construct the ability inside of it, so it gets destroyed with one blow. Why did he say that? He said I'm the only one who could beat him. But this is all I can do. I can't rush at him after I block his attack. I'll at least need 2 weapons. But I'm having trouble projecting 1 weapon, so it's impossible for me to project 2 at once.
What? So you're just talk? Faker?
He must have liked seeing me roll around, as he looks delighted. I catch my breath. It's fine as long as he's enjoying this. There's still a chance for me to win. Trace on. I look within myself. A limited circuit. I mentally lay out as many blueprints as I can. I can see 17 noble phantasms behind him. I read the structure from its appearance, draw out the concept of creation, select the composition material. Gah. I vomit blood. It's because I'm putting multiple blueprints inside a circuit that usually handles 1 or 2. My nerves are bruised since I started projection. My body's being destroyed from within. My throat tries to pump out the blood that's filling my stomach. Possession experience. Sympathy complete. I swallow it and continue with the process. Kancho and Bakuya cannot block his noble phantasms. Archer should be able to with his technique, but I don't have that much skill. There's only one way for me to block the noble phantasms. I need to offset them with the same exact ones. I still have enough magical energy. There's enough supply from Tosuka. But the circuit to channel it's about to break. The end is near. When he gets serious, I have to project the same number of noble phantasms as him to stay alive. But my body will die if I project that many. Roll out, bullet, clear. I save the overflowing images. The overflowing swords are ones that will pierce me from within. Amiya Shear will be pierced from within if the circuit cannot be controlled.
Oh, you made a lot this time. 10, 15, 17, I see. You reproduced all the noble phantasms you can see.
What?
Do not take me lightly. What sort of hero would I be if I could not see through a mage's? I can easily tell how many spells you are working on.
His words are unexpected. The king of heroes that possesses thousands of noble phantasms can figure out my magic just by looking at me?
And let me grade them. Well, I will not allow any one of them to stay in this world, no matter how good they may be.
My reaction's delayed. His words caught my attention, creating a hopeless delay. The 17 noble phantasms are released. King's treasures. A fraction of them charge in as if to tell me playtime is over. Freeze out, sword bullet, full open. Ah! God! My body wavers. The sword shooting forward and the swords created from within me crash and shake the surroundings. Ah! Ah! I can't block all of them. Even if I project 17 noble phantasms, I can only give from form to them one at a time. Even if I can form them in succession, I'm no match for him as he can release all of them at once.
You are holding well with your fragile works. You should not be able to last more than a few blows. Come on, you need to hurry or you will die.
I hear him laughing behind the swords. 12 more enemy noble phantasms.
But you sure are foolish. You know you cannot beat me, so you try to regain the Holy Grail. That decision is correct. You are not even a match for me.
My fingertips are burning. The magical energy I emit and the heat from the crashing noble phantasms burn my fingertips mercilessly. 7 more noble phantasms.
But then, why not just kill Shinji? It is a sure way to stop the Holy Grail. I'm sure you two had a way to kill him without going across that mud. Such hypocrisy to try to save him, as expected from a mongrel.
It's burning out. My circuit's completely burning off. I don't have enough. I can't match this man with a small circuit. Damn, why? Why can't I block them? He said I can beat him, so why am I not even a match? Does that mean I'm making a mistake? Ah! 3 more noble phantasms. Will my body last until I block them? No, I should be thinking about the difference between my projection and archers. All senses freeze at that instant. I don't even pay heed to the 3 approaching blades. The golden servant is taking out a sword. A strange sword. My mind burns up the instant I see it.
You said you will save the girl, right?
He laughs while the sword roars. I eliminate the 3 remaining blueprints in my circuit and concentrate on reading his sword. But I can't read it? I was able to read every sword. But I can't even read that sword's structure.
Then show me. Show me what you can save with your imitations.
A storm of chaos. The wind emitted from his sword even blows away his own noble phantasms as it comes at me. My mind is still blank. I can't come up with any countermeasures, so I just release the remaining magical energy within me.
Tamago was fighting a ladybug that entire time. You guys see my face got messed up? How many of my function keys did he hit?
Let us. And the swordsman readies his sword. The only stance for the man who does not have a stance. A fatal technique that cuts his enemies by simultaneously executing blows from different angles. She's experienced the move before. The previous one only had an arc to surround his enemy and a vertical slash. That is why she's able to avoid it and live up to this day. But the real technique has 3 slashes. A circular slash and a vertical slash, and probably a horizontal slash that cuts anyone that escapes sideways. There's nowhere to run if the 3 attacks are executed all at once. Once in range, the other 2 attacks will cut you, even if one is blocked. One cannot escape sideways, and the longsword will reach out, even if one retreats. Demonic technique, Tsubame Gaishi. A godly technique that even surpasses the servants. The ultimate attack, perfected by an anonymous swordsman using all his life. The longsword trembles. His body moves in with 1 step. The distance to attack Saber. Prison-like arcs are executed from a range that doesn't allow any defense. Saber does not use her holy sword. She cannot use her noble phantasm at this range. No matter how fast Saber may be, Assassin Tsubame Gaishi is many times faster. Her neck will be cut the instant she puts magical energy into her sword. Therefore, her only weapon is pure technique. The blade begins its arcs. She feels despair from its precision and speed. Such an attack. How much training was needed to get this far? Fear is the only thing on her mind. It can't be blocked. This technique is a technique of carnage that challenges God with mere human skill. Only God would be able to block it. She gulps. There's a flash as small as a grain of sand. She does not think about what it is, nor if it's correct. She risks everything she has on her instinct. She charges at her victory with all her might. What did the fictional swordsman think of that? Gah. Silver armor passes through the gap beside his arm. The opening between the swordsman's left arm and his waist. Saber must have figured out that small opening is the blind spot of the technique. Even though the attack still chips off her armor, Saber curls up and flies through the opening. An exquisite skill that's only possible with her precognition, her great instinct. She was able to predict the true Tsubame Gaishi since she experienced it once. But that is not the surprising part. It's her determination that kept her alive. She trusted her insight and put all her power into the slight opening. She shook off the fear that she'd be slashed if she was even a moment late and charged into the small opening. Therefore, her determination is the strength that defeated the demonic technique. Oh.
I heard my armor jingle.
Yeah, that's probably fair. But the match isn't over yet. Even though Tsubame Gaishi was avoided, her enemy is right beside her, and she charged in with speed quicker than the attack. It's not easy to recover her stance from such a charge. Ha! The longsword strikes. The attack is the quickest, even if it may not be as quick as the demonic technique. But her attack's a bit quicker than his. He closes his mouth. He shuts his lips tight and tenses up so he'll not fall down. Blood from his lungs fills his mouth, but he swallows it so it will not spill out. The golden-haired girl is below him. The way of the swordsman does not allow him to dirty her with his blood. Saber does not say anything. Her golden hair flutters down to the ground. It is a wonder that her head is still attached. It's a miracle that her limbs are still attached. She felt that her body would be slashed the instant she went to that opening. That was the only difference. The longsword. The swordsman's technique would have stayed invincible if his longsword had not been bent. The air is shaking. Another battle still going on behind the mountain gate. Unsure of what to say, Saber looks up at the dying swordsman. To that. Go. The swordsman tells her without looking at her. How much meaning was contained in that word? Saber pulls out her sword and runs up the stairs. She doesn't turn back to the swordsman. She runs to fulfill her role. I thought she was a beautiful bird, but she turned out to be a lion. He murmurs as if that was to be expected. She avoided something that even a sparrow couldn't avoid, so she cannot be something that's admired. I was confident in my skills to see through women. I guess I need more training in that as well. The swordsman complains with a shrug. His elegant clothing has lost its colors already. His stomach is pierced, and his blood-stained feet are vague. He looks down at them and sits. The branches shake. The wind coming down from the top of the mountain rustles the forest. And when the flowers scatter, the wind stops and the moon darkens. The swordsman has disappeared without trace, as if his existence was just an illusion. At that instant, I developed the strongest weapon I've projected. But it doesn't even serve as a shield. The Sword of Separation. The mysterious sword cuts through the wind, destroys 6 noble phantasms, and cuts my body apart. It's disappearing. The circuit is disconnected, and Tosca's magical energy disperses without a place to go. Damn. I curse my worthlessness. I knew that I'm unskilled. I curse myself for never thinking twice. Why is this all the magical energy I have? Just a bit more. If I could reach in that darkness just a bit more, I could have fought like him. fall to the ground. I fly through the air and crash to the ground with great force. I don't feel pain from the landing. I don't have such a sense anymore. Even my mind is going blank. Before I die, the only thing filling my head is the surprise that my limbs are still attached.
So that is all you can manage? I guess a fraud is just a fraud. You cannot save anyone.
My heartbeat gets weaker. My lungs don't move, rendering me unable to breathe.
It would have been more fun if I let Archer live. He was a faker as well, but his ideal was not vulgar.
I can't see anything, but it seems it's not because my eyes are broken. My organs are just too messed up to function as they should. Maybe it's fortunate. I don't have any sense of pain, so I should be able to die easily.
Oh, I remember. Now that I think about it, he said your ideal is a borrowed one. How conceited of you to think that you can manage anything when you have nothing you created yourself.
I can't do that. Even if I might go brain dead from the pain, I need to regain my consciousness. The deep part of me says so as it points to that place.
A superhero? A world where no one gets hurt? Ridiculous. No world can preserve happiness without harming anyone. Humans cannot live without sacrifices. Peace is a myth created by those who cower in fear of the dark. You mongrel, your ideal is just an excuse to cover up your ugliness.
I raise my arm, which shouldn't be moving. My fallen body and my dying mind. I raise my hand to grab something like I did on that day. I don't know what's funny, but someone's laughing. It seems like everyone in this world is laughing. A fake wish. A borrowed ideal. Someone's scorning me, saying that my dream won't come true. Yes, that's exactly right. My wishes are all borrowed. I just admired the wish of wanting to help someone because it's beautiful. So there's nothing that came from within me. My body's always been driven by a curse-like obsession with helping others. That's why it's a fake. Such an imitation can't save anything. First of all, I'm not sure what needs to be saved. But I still felt that it's beautiful. It wasn't born from within me. I just saw someone save others and copied that behavior. I was empty back then. Everyone died and I couldn't save anyone. I couldn't bear the fear in front of me unless I gave up, saying that humans are weak. That's why. That's why I admired the ideal. Because it was something I didn't have, and its sanctity brought tears to my eyes. Is that wrong? Is it a fake if it's not mine? Even if my wish is fake, is it wrong for it to come true? No, I don't think it's wrong. I don't care, even if it's fake. I'll make it come true, even if it's an impossible ideal. It's an impossible wish from the start, an unreachable utopia. Hey, I read that in class. Then, even if Emiyashiro is a fake, what's there has to be true. That's right, I already knew that. I know that I can't save everything. I know that there's no help without sacrifices. I know that reality is like that because I became an adult. I know it's only an ideal, but I still continue to seek it. It's not the end after someone gets hurt. Even if the best possible outcome has someone get hurt to save many others, I still want to pursue a resolution where nobody's hurt. That there's no justice in this world. And that people die meaninglessly in reality. I don't think such words are right. And he reaches this place at the end. What I believe in, what I believed in. He said that they're all a fake. But the one who said so followed through on his hypocrisy. Then I can keep going. I don't care, even if it is a fake. First of all, I'm too simple-minded to worry about such a thing. I make up my mind on this hill of swords. That if I can save the world in front of me, I'll fight for it. I didn't even need to think about it. My world is small. This small world is all I've ever been able to create. That's right. This body of mine is made of firm swords. Yes, so I can endure most things. And Miyashiro can keep his dream until the very end. Even if what I seek is nowhere. So that's it. I raise my body. I can move my limbs again as soon as my consciousness returns. My body still moves. It's a wonder that I'm still alive, let alone moving after his attack, but I don't care. If I'm alive, there must be a reason why. It's just that I don't know why.
Did you project a shield? I was reluctant to use that sword, but it should have been fatal. You were a rather tenacious boy.
You were reluctant? What's there to hold back when you have so many weapons? I keep my distance while I catch my breath. I know how to do it now. I should be able to do it with the backup from Tosaka. The problem is the casting. Even though I have it memorized, I don't know how fast I can get it working until I try.
Huh, that was a sword that only a ruler is allowed to use. I showed it to you for the fun of it, but it is not something to be used against a mongrel. Saber's the only one allowed to fight against it. I will not be able to face Saber if I sully it on one such as you.
Numerous noble phantasms appear, but they're all third-rate. The difference is obvious after seeing that previous sword. But they're not something I can take lightly. They're more than enough to kill me. The difference in our powers is the same. Even though I managed to survive the previous attack, I can't match that servant with my projection.
Oh, are you done with your copying? So you finally understand that it is useless, huh? Then disappear. I will not even leave a piece of your copying brain behind.
The noble phantasms are released. Oh, but...
Shiro!
A blue rushing wind repels them.
Saber.
Gilgamesh jumps back instantly. Even Gilgamesh is cautious against Saber. He wants to avoid hand-to-hand combat with her as his technique is inferior.
Good. Are you alright, Shiro? Sorry that I am late. I will take over now. Please stay away.
No, I can manage Gilgamesh by myself. You're the one to go, Saber.
What? What? What are you saying, Shiro? You will fight him in that state of yours? No, a magus cannot match a servant in the first place. You should know that.
God, I love the balls on that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Gilgamesh and I are an exception. Trust me. I'll probably be able to beat him. Saber gasps. Saber is surprised because she believes my words. Please hurry to the back, Saber. Tosuka's stopping the Holy Grail by herself. You're the only one who can destroy it. She closes her eyes once. A few seconds. No, it's not even for a second.
Good luck. I will go save Rin.
She says what I want to hear the most and steps away from Gilgamesh. Her silver armor turns away. Saber. I stop her just once. I could not save you. Can I say it? I say it in place of the one who cared for her. I don't think that Holy Grail is the one you seek. Go take a good look at it so you won't make a mistake next time.
Shiro?
Sorry, I can't put this into words real well. I guess I wasn't fit to be your master. So, I couldn't even figure out your true desire.
That is not true. You are my master, Shiro.
Saber.
I shall go fulfill my role as a servant. We shall talk afterwards.
She runs without turning back. She's gallant, looks like the wind. Saber has left. She believed in my promise that I would win and went to save Tosuka. Let's start. Oh, the theme music. I have no hesitation now.
Ting, 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 ting.
All that's left is for me to defeat the enemy in front of me.
Are you mad? You are letting go of your only chance at victory so that you can save that girl? Idiot. It is a lie to sacrifice yourself. You are a true hypocrite for not being able to realize that. Yes, I shall praise you for that.
The noble phantasms are set. There are about 30 of them. If I want to block them, I'll have to create it. Imitations, faker, huh? Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I certainly am a faker. I raise my arm. Oh. Don't talk about things that haven't happened yet. I close one eye and look inside of me. I had the wrong idea. My magic isn't creating swords. First of all, I can't do such a skillful thing. That's right. Tosuka said it too. I can only use one kind of magic. Strengthening and projection are just the byproduct of it. That's right. There's only one thing I can do, and that's to put shape in my mind. I grab my right hand with my left and glare at Gilgamesh. I am the bone of my sword. I cast the spell. Casting is only a suggestion to change myself. These words are to connect Demiyashiro.
I see. I am done with hearing your nonsense.
The numerous noble phantasms are released. I'll make it. This is why one of my eyes is open. I pull out a shield from the hill to block the oncoming noble phantasms. Oh, raw ass. Gah. The swarm of swords batter against the shield. The shield is me, myself. My body breaks up as each petal of the shield is pierced and damaged. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. There's only one place I need to reach. The flowing power fills me to capacity in an instant.
What?
What caused this shock? Is it his noble phantasms that cannot penetrate through a single shield, or is it the magical energy in front of him? I've created over 1,000 blades, unaware of loss, nor aware of gain. It breaks. The overflowing magical energy cannot be controlled. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations trying to escape.
I cannot break through?
Blood trickles from my mouth. The shield is full of holes now. Even though the noble phantasms did not reach me, my body is full of holes. But still. Withstood pain to create weapons, waiting for one's arrival. The magical energy rages around. But I don't care. This body's a circuit specialized to use this one magic from the start. Then there should be more. There should be something beyond this if I can't make it with this circuit. No, it's already there. It's just that I can't see it. There was no limitation to the circuit from the start. If it was darkness, not a wall that stopped the magical energy, then the limit is somewhere beyond the darkness. I have no regrets. This is the only path. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations trying to escape, and I use 100 circuits to take in 1,000 times the capacity. My whole life was unlimited Bladeworks. I cast the true name. At that instant, everything breaks and everything reforms. Fire runs. The fire becomes a wall and creates a border, changing the world. A desolate land remains. A hill with numerous swords. What does he think of the scenery? The golden servant stands with a gruesome expression. That's right, I don't create swords. I create a world that contains infinite swords. This is the only magic allowed for me. A desolate land. A graveyard of swords, devoid of life. Every sword exists in this world. Our swords are reproduced just at a glance. This is Emiyashiro's world. A reality marble. It's the greatest forbidden magic that embodies the caster's internal world. This is heroic spirit Emiya's noble phantasm and the only weapon I possess. Everything is here and nothing is here. That is why this is called Unlimited Bladeworks. This is the only definite answer obtained by the one who lived as a sword all his life.
Reality marble? So this is your ability.
I take a step forward. Stuck in the ground next to me are the swords that are floating behind Gilgamesh. There's no need to be surprised. These are all imitations. As you say, these are all trifling swords. I reach out my arms. The swords come out as if to accept me as their user. But there is no rule that an imitation cannot defeat the original. If you say you're the original, I shall surpass every one of your weapons and destroy your existence. I move forward. In front of me is the servant with 1,000 treasures. Here I come, King of Heroes. Do you have enough weapons in stock?
Ha! You forget your place, mongrel.
The enemy opens the gate and readies numerous noble phantasms. I run across the deserted land. The two groups of swords start the final match. Oh, it's so cool.
What is that?
The first thing Saber sees after getting to the lake is a giant mountain of meat. She's not a normal knight. She fought many monsters back when she was called a hero. She's even fought dragons, considered the strongest of the fantasy races. But even Saber falters against the mountain of meat. I hate how many times I've said those 3 words. It's not because of its ugliness.
Would you rather it be a meat mountain or a mountain of meat?
Oh, definitely mountain of meat. If I say meat mountain, it's way worse. Sorry.
You're okay.
Meat mountain, Lama.
You guys
That's the reaction I want from this. It's because she can tell that the lump of meat and the curse flowing out of it are the same as her.
A servant? Can a servant turn out to be that different if the summoning is done in the wrong way?
Or is that the power of the Holy Grail? She stares at it and shakes her head.
Rin! Where are you, Rin?
She runs to the lake and yells to the other side. She's hesitant to enter the black mud. It's not because it'd be unpleasant. Her instincts tell her that as a half-spirit, she cannot touch it. She hears a voice. It's weak, but she hears her master. She looks at the mountain of meat and...
Rin!
She steps forward without hesitation.
Hold on, no, don't come in, Saber!
Saber stops. She stops her feet and glares at the mountain of meat while holding up her sword.
But Rin! Just don't! You'll turn into this if you touch the mud. Please stay there and get ready to use your noble phantasm. This thing will explode soon. Use your noble phantasm on this before that.
Saber cannot nod to her master's words. She can tell that the lump of meat's about to hatch. The squirms are turning into throbs, and the mud is spreading ever further. The lake has turned black, and the mud is spilling onto the ground. That thing is growing. The world's restraining power will be activated if that thing is left alone. It's natural for her to destroy it with her holy sword. But to do that...
Please get out, Rin. I can do it once you get out. Yeah, alright. I'll leave it to you, but go ahead and use it if I don't make it out in time. The contract between us will go away, but you should be fine if Shiro is alive. Do not say such a thing. I do not care. I can handle this curse.
Saber runs to the black mud so she can get to that lump of meat. But her body does not move. Her body stops when she tries to go near the lake.
Rin, did you use the command spell? Of course! I can't let the only one who can destroy the Holy Grail die! I told you it's all good! I'll easily get out from here! You can rest assured and stand by with your noble phantasm!
She sounds calm and composed, like always.
Rin.
But it doesn't need to be said, that's just a bluff. The island of meat on the other side... There's nowhere for her master to run.
Yeah, right. Well, talk is cheap.
She murmurs while being surrounded by arms made out of the meat. The situation's hopeless. Mato Shinji was saved. She ripped off the blood vessels and nerves connected to the meat to let Shinji out. One can say he's alive, ignoring all the after effects he may have. No, he looks like he's just unconscious, so one could say that he's healthier than the girl carrying him.
The problem is after that. I guess it would be desperate if it gets its heart taken away. Will it let me go if I give Shinji back?
She slowly moves while she stares at the tentacles blocking her way. We use a little worse word every time. But there is no exit. The tentacles are blocking the way out to the lake. Even if she escapes the tentacles trying to swallow her, she'll not be able to get past that wall.
Crap, my powers.
She almost falls along with Shinji, but she desperately keeps herself up. She went through the cursed sea and even performed neurosurgery to separate Mito Shinji from the mountain of meat. She went as far as using her reserve magical energy that she hadn't used for ages, but...
Oh, that idiot. He took too much of my magical energy without any reserve. I'm all empty now thanks to him.
She bears the dizziness as she complains. But she's not serious. And it wouldn't matter even if she did have more power. The tentacles around her are not moving because their target is standing still. They should react right away once they figure out that the thing in their body is poison. Tosuka, Rin, and Mito Shinji are alive because they don't have magical energy to be consumed.
I guess this is it. It's getting hard for me to stay standing.
Her vision becomes hazy. Even though she has a foothold, she's still on the mud. Her nerves are getting further infiltrated with each passing second. She'll become the new core of the Holy Grail if she falls down onto the meat. But before that...
I'm sorry, Saber. You probably won't obey me, so I'll force you to do it.
She has one more command spell. That's enough for her to order Saber to use her holy sword.
And I have to apologize to you too. I couldn't save Shinji. Oh, fuck.
I don't know who this is. Just run. I don't want to hear such whining.
What?
She stops her collapsing body. That voice. The voice coming into her head is definitely that of the servant she's made a contract with.
Wait.
There's no time to waste. She knows his personality all too well. He told her to run, so he must have done something that she won't escape unless she does as she's told. She runs. The arrows coming down from the sky are literally a heavy rain. They destroy the tentacles, the ground, and everything in her path. There's no time to turn back. She runs full speed while carrying Shinji. She jumps into the lake. The arrows have swept the black mud away to make her an escape route. It's only for a short while, but there's only dirty water between her and the opposite shore.
Do I need to breathe heavier?
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. She runs across the lake while carrying Mito Shinji. Ah! She runs with all her might, mud splashing around her.
Please, Saber!
Her magical energy replies to the yelling voice. There's no need to check.
Uh-oh.
The golden sword mows down everything in its path with its overwhelming power.
Oh, I don't have to yell
Headphone
it?
users beware. The mountain of meat is cut in half and breaks down. Oh, okay. The black mud evaporates and the light turns the lake into a flat field.
Excalibur!
Excalibur! It's a waterfall of light that eliminates everything. Bathed in the light, the swordsman accepts that her battle is ended.
Track is dope. What the fuck? This is the end. My battle is over.
Who did she say that to? The wielder of the holy sword is on her knees and watches the light with a flood of emotions. The Holy Grail is breaking down. The thing she sought, the thing that should have saved her, she destroyed it with her own hands and finally realized her mistake. One boy and one hero. The man that got twisted at the end of his ideal was still a boy. His regrets are so heavy that they cannot all be carried. His crimes are so deep they can't be atoned for. But there was something he did not give up on. The knight in red finally arrived at an answer at the very end. Then, she has to move forward as well. The end where she took her hands off the sword. She'll run past that hill under her own will.
The contract is complete. You are victorious, Rin.
The holy sword fades away. She still has some magical energy left. She can stay in this world if she pushes herself. If she can, she would like to see what awaits them in the end.
That is not my role. Shiro has Rin.
Her body continues to disappear, and the night vanishes from this world as if engulfed by the light. Like a brave gust of wind. The king that sought the Holy Grail sets off for the Hill of Destiny without leaving a trail of memories behind.
Just like that?
That's not her route. We already did her death. Ha! I opposed the longsword with a longsword. The swords break each other and the shards are sent flying.
Is me?
I think so. It's more commanding.
Damn, do not.
A curved sword appears behind him.
Overestimate yourself, kid.
Nailed it. But I pull out the curved sword by my feet faster than him.
Ooh.
And I swing it straight at him. Gilgamesh retreats. I close the distance at once, pull out a sword and slash at him.
Why? Why am I losing to a mongrel sword?
I crash my swords against the appearing noble phantasms. Ha! 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 I'm not thinking. My body and mind will fail if I stop. I will keep moving forward now. The instant I see his noble phantasm, I reel in the exact same one and swing it with all my might.
Impossible. Am I being cornered by such a sham?
Ha! The sounds of swords crashing echo through the area. He cannot handle my attacks and has to destroy my weapon with his. That will be the cause of his defeat. He is the greatest heroic spirit, as he has over 1,000 noble phantasms at his leisure. But he is only an owner. He doesn't have one weapon, so he's not a wielder who can use his weapon to its maximum potential. Even in this world, I'm no match against any other servants. I can't match the ultimate one, even with infinite swords. Gilgamesh must have the ability, but I do not. Therefore, this is the only servant I can match. As we have the same ability, as we're both owners, I'm always one step ahead of him, since my swords are there, ready to be used.
Damn. Damn. Damn, 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 damn! I did not think I would have to use my sword against a mongrel like you.
Gilgamesh raises his hand. The sword appearing behind him is the demonic sword, the only sword that does not exist in this world. I won't let you!
Gah!
I swing my twin swords. The Concho and Bakuya reel in, slice off Gilgamesh's arm that tries to reach for his sword.
What?
The weapons stop. His arm and sword fall to the ground, leaving him defenseless. Ah! My body acts before I can think. Confident in my victory, my limbs move to slash the King of Heroes. He jumps back. Barely avoiding the twin swords, Gilgamesh retreats still further.
You are stronger than me here.
Gilgamesh admits his defeat and tries to retreat. I won't let you escape. I'll lose if he regains his composure. I have to settle the match right here.
Damn it! Shit. Damn.
He must have realized he won't be able to escape as he pulls out a noble phantasm from behind him. But I'm faster. I'll surely... Aw.
What?
Our voices overlap. The change happens in an instant. The light coming from the lake eliminates the Hill of Swords. A great magical energy has smashed away the already disappearing reality marble. That's fine. The match is settled. I could beat the servant by slashing him with my twin swords. But after the reality marble is blown away, a black void. A void big enough to swallow a human being. It appears before me, right on Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh looks down at his body in astonishment. His body's being swallowed. The golden servant is swallowed by the void appearing on his body.
What?
It's fucking, what's the Obito thing? Fuck. Kamui.
Kamui!
Did he want to say wait? The void mercilessly swallows the servant. There's no way for him to escape. The void was open on his body. There's no way one can escape something that's on their body. What was that? I stand there dumbfounded. The void in front of me is shrinking. I don't know what this is. But it seems Tosca and Saber were able to destroy the Holy Grail. My only guess is that the after effect created the black void to eliminate Gilgamesh. Whew. Anyway, now everything's over. My twin swords disappear. The magical energy in me fades away. Oh, crap. And at the same time, fatigue assails me. Damn, this is bad. I can't walk. I want to go see how Tosca's doing, but my body won't move. Well, I'm sure she'll be alright since Saber went to go save her. Right. I guess I can rest a bit. And after I take a deep breath... What? A chain wraps around my arm. I gasp. The chain drags my body towards the void. Ah! Ah! I put power into my body, but I can't resist. My feet slide across the ground towards the void.
Fool, does it not know servants cannot become the core?
You! He's appearing from the void. But his body is melted here and there. So that void must melt everything it swallows. God damn! I try to get the chain off of me, but it doesn't even budge. This chain even restrained Berserker. It's not something I can pry off. Ah! Ugh. I'm being pulled towards it. I'll be swallowed like him if I go near that void. Damn, are you trying to take me with you?
Huh, I have no intention of dying. Stay right there until I pull myself out, you lowlife.
You. He's arrogant even in this situation. Oh, damn. But what can I do? I can't get this chain off of me. I'll be swallowed into that void along with him. Even if I hold my ground, he'll pull himself out. It means I'm going to die either way.
Oh.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
This one's a freebie, but...
Well, right. We're not
I guess I'll die.
No, we'll die. It'll be fine.
Ah! I feel dizzy. I can't brace myself anymore. Imagine we're wrong. I'll die. I can't endure it at the very end.
What the fuck?
Should I loosen up since I can't brace myself? If I do so, I should be able to push him back into the void.
I think it's you.
Don't take me so lightly. I won't let you take me with you. I gather my courage. Will my arm rip off first? Will his chain rip off first? Or will he come out first? I don't care either way. I'll fight till the very end and die gallantly.
Huh. You could do that if you wish, but dodge to your right before you do that.
Who do you...
Was that not Gil?
I don't think so.
Well, who the fuck would it? Oh, you think it's the other one?
Yeah, the same guy who helps with the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Skidby. Well, ha! You can do that if you wish, but dodge to your right before you do that. Huh? I turn around instantly. I look back at the compound, which has turned into a flat field. It could be Rin, too. Oh, nope. At the same time, something passes by me. Oh! Domed.
Okay.
Do you not think that's Gil?
Sorry, no, it is Gil. I had to hit my MLG horns. I'm so sorry. I had to find the button.
I can never tell.
Listen, I was trying to find my stream deck and it was going poorly. You, Archer.
The chain is released. Looking like he saw something unexpected, Gilgamesh lets go of the chain. And I fall on my butt. I sit there dumbfounded, and the void shrinks and disappears in front of me. That was... I can't stand up and just look behind me at the flat field. Dawn is near. The one with the rising sun behind him is the knight in red. Damn. Show off. I complain without thinking. But I'm smiling happily for some reason. Ha, well. I have nothing to say to him. I guess I'll stay quiet so I can sleep. A golden field that's now deserted. Seeing the knight standing there and Tosca running to him, I lay on the ground. Tosca should say everything I want to say to him. So I'll sleep for now. We'll end up fighting if we see each other again, and I'm not used to parting with myself. And for the final time, I engrave my ideal into my mind so that I won't forget it, and I close my eyes. The land below him is like a wasteland he once walked on. There's nothing here. There's nothing, as everything was blown away from the mountaintop. The battle's ended. The battle for the Holy Grail has ended, and the curtain's about to fall on this battle as well. He doesn't know how long it was. But the accumulated wish that should have bound him forever is gone now. The end quickly permeates into him and takes away his body's form.
Archer!
He looks towards the voice. She should not have the energy to run, but she's running with ragged breathing. He watches it in silence. That girl that ran up to him looks up at the knight. The red cloak fluttering in the wind shows no trace of what it used to be. The cloak is cut everywhere, and his armor is cracked and torn. His existence is weak. Standing there haughtily, the knight begins to disappear from his feet up.
Sure.
The rising sun is in the distance. A golden light is emerging from the horizon. Too bad. Well, that's what happened. Give up this holy grail, Ren. He must not have anything special to say. The knight in red says trivial things. That gets to her all the more. The knight who's about to disappear is still acting like before. He's her partner that she spoke cynically with, ran through the battles with, and trusted her back to. She can declare those days were fun. And it's still there before her eyes. He's remained in this world to save her at the last moment. He lost his master and received the King of Heroes' noble phantasms. His body was disappearing, but he did not come to her and ask for help, and he instead watched over this battle. And the end is in front of her.
Sure.
The girl cannot think of what to say. It's always like this for her at the most crucial times. She loses her cleverness when it counts the most. Ha! The knight smiles a bit. He knew that from the start. The clumsiness of the girl is a dear memory for the knight.
Hey, you don't have to laugh at me like at a time like this.
She looks up at the knight. Oh, excuse me. It's because you look so terrible. I was just amazed at how worn out we are. He smiles while he talks. She gets a lump in her throat after seeing his regret-free face. The instant she wonders if he should really disappear.
Archer, form a contract with me again.
She says something she shouldn't. I cannot do that. I do not know if you will keep your contract with Saber, but I am not qualified for that. And I do not have a goal anymore. My battle ends here. His reply is free of doubt, and his will is strong. His face is as bright as the rising sun, and how can she force him when he's making a face like that?
But, you...
Won't be saved. The girl swallows her words and hangs her head. That's not something the girl should say. It's not something that's solved by keeping the knight in this world. Man, I do not have any attachment to this world, but it's troubling to have her cry. For him, the girl always has to be a positive, indulgent realist. He was always encouraged by her figure, so he wants her to stay that way until the very end. Bryn. The girl looks up at the voice. Her face looks cute, trying to hold back the tears. Rather than expressing the attachment he feels, he looks at the boy lying in the distance. Please take care of me. I think you know, but I'm unreliable. Please support me. The knight says so, as if it's somebody else's business. Those are words of parting. The future might change. If a girl like her stays with Emiya Shiro, the hero Emiya should not be born. His words contain such hope.
Sure.
But even if it ends up that way, the already existing knight will forever be a guardian. The boy and the man are two different existences. They only have the same starting point, and he's an ideal that the boy dreamed of. There's no salvation available for this knight. There's nothing to give to him, as he's already died and become a phenomenon. She nods in spite of that. She can't give him anything, so she'll give him her best smile. He asked her to take care of him. She smiles as she can answer the trust he put in her.
Yeah, I know. Do my best. Do my best so that he won't get twisted like you. I'll do my best so that he will be able to like himself. So you should also.
Forgive yourself. She doesn't put it into words. She looks up at the disappearing night with a flood of emotions. How much salvation did it bring? After engraving the girl's smile into his memory with pride. I found my answer. It's fine, Tosaka. I'll do my best from now on as well. Oh. A breeze. The knight has finally rested his wounded body without waiting for the girl's reply.
I never got to complain to you.
She wipes away her tears and talks to the one who's not there. Her voice is clear, and the girl is standing firm again. It's only natural. She doesn't have time to be depressed after he made a face like that. She says goodbye to the ground the knight was standing on and runs to the boy laying on the ground. Within the golden sunrise, the smile he had was like that of the boy. Yeah, that Archer smile CG is tight.
Oh my god, it's so good!
Epilogue. Time to see if we got the true ending.
Of course we did, we're so good!
Right. I sometimes recall the fight. The crying spirit and the sparks flying off to clashing swords. My attacks were immature, and it's not something that one could call a sword dance. We were both clumsy and did not know of retreat. The ridiculous sounds of clashing swords were annoying, and I have no memory of them. Kind of annoying. At that time, I lost an answer and found an answer. So a plus and a minus makes a 0. Nothing has changed. He's him and I'm me. I'm just watching this fading dream. It's been only a month. But it feels so dear now. It seems like it happened so long ago. The memory of it's fading day by day, and I can't even remember what the person I was fighting looked like. But that's to be expected. That was something that was impossible from the start. We did not believe the fight would change anything. We just tried to beat each other to ascertain ourselves. So there's nothing to gain from victory. There never was any such thing. The loser comes to an end, and there's no prize for the winner. Man, it really was good for nothing. But I can still recall it if I close my eyes. The echoes of unrefined metals. A dazzling, distant technique that knew no retreat. It was our beliefs that crashed against each other. I fought against my own ideal to carry out my hope. The result's not clear yet. I don't know who won or which of us remained. It should be a while.
Oh god.
Came suddenly, sorry about that. It should be a while before the result becomes clear. An illusion like a mirage that disappears when one turns around. Thank you, Mars. Only a reverberation remains, and my feet will eventually reach.
Wake up, you fool! Everyone else has already left for the assembly. Are you going to boycott it even though you're at school?
My body's being shaken. The voice brings me back to reality. Oh. There goes gravity.
Hey!
Hey, look! Told you there to address it. Also, like, yeah, I know he owns Veto Temple. That's not obviously not the question.
Yeah, the question was, where were they during the entire time that was happening?
Wait, why are you here, you say? I raise my head and look at my classmate.
Why? We are in our classroom. Today is our last day, and it is 10 minutes before the closing ceremony. I came to look for you since I did not see you, but I did not expect to find you sleeping.
I don't know if he's in a hurry or just plain angry, but Issei yells at me. We're the only ones in the classroom. It's 9:50. The closing ceremony starts at 10 o'clock, so I bet everyone's at the gym already.
Hey, are you really awake, Emiya?
Yeah, that woke me up completely. Thanks, Issei. Glad you came to wake me up.
Don't sound so sarcastic. I'm gonna beat that ass. It is fine if you understand, but thank me later. We won't make it unless we hurry. I do not want to think how angry Fujimura-sensei would get if she finds out we are not there.
Oh, gotcha. I can't face my classmates if Fujine gives us ridiculous amounts of homework before the vacation. I'll make sure to calm her down.
Please, we will be too ashamed to face our classmates if she gives us more homework. I am sure they will curse us.
He sounds scary, but the frightening truth is that it's very possible. The extra homework she gave us last summer after we got her mad was ridiculous. It wasn't even English homework. What was she thinking when she told us to enter any competition to win a medal?
That's so hard!
It's so hard!
Yeah, we have to hurry.
You gotta be third place at something.
Minimum!
Sorry, I'm coming. We should hurry to the gym for now. It only takes 3 minutes if we run. We should make it 5 minutes early if no teacher finds us.
No, we cannot run in the hallway.
Nerd. I was too optimistic. As expected from the student council president, he's really committed. He's still following the rules even now. That's splendid, Issei, but we won't make it if we walk.
Let us hurry without running. We can make up any excuse as long as we are there on time.
I nod and walk faster. Power walking through the halls. We're in the middle of March and the sky is amazingly blue. Fuyuki City has long winters, but spring is finally around the corner. The days went by quickly. It's been a month since the Holy Grail War. The city's back to normal now. The Holy Grail's been destroyed, and most of the damage caused by the Masters was taken care of by the Church. The person that came as a replacement for Kodamine is old but energetic, and everything was smoothly settled. But one can see the after effects of battle here and there. Kuzuki Soichiro, the person that chose to fight as a master, is considered missing. Issei was sad the one who he treated as his older brother was gone, but...
He suddenly showed up at the temple to start with. It is only fitting that he leave the same way.
Issei just laughed it off. The surprising thing is Fujine, and it turned out they often drank tea together. She complained that she wanted to fight him once, so it seems Fujine knew that Kuzuki was a master of martial arts.
I would pay so much money to see a Kuzuki-Fujine match.
Right. Shinji's life has been saved thanks to Tosaka, and he's currently in the hospital. I guess the hospital's part of the Magic Association. He's getting better. Sakura's busy visiting Shinji, so she's been showing up at my place only on the weekends. I went to check up on them once, and they were getting along surprisingly well. I don't know if that event took something out of him, or if he's just unenergetic from the wounds. Either way, Shinji's ironic but honest, and he's acting more like the Shinji I first got to know.
Still a shitter.
Saber's not here anymore. She left this world after destroying the Holy Grail. Something constraining her must have been released when she destroyed the Holy Grail with her own hands. It's vexing that I couldn't say goodbye to her, but I should be glad that she's freed from the binding of the Holy Grail. If I do ever see her again, I want to thank her as much as I can. So, and finally, the most important person. Agreed.
Tosaka!
Right after we get down to the first floor.
Oh, student council president? Are you patrolling the building at this time? Or are you taking care of the club rooms? I'm getting tired of saying this, but you really are diligent.
We meet up with the person representing the students at the closing ceremony, who's coming out of the teacher's office.
I am also tired of hearing that line. Try guessing something else for a change. Or do you keep saying that on purpose?
Issei glares at Tosaka.
Huh? Of course it was on purpose. What, did you not realize that until now? I see. I thought you had more sense of humor, but I guess you really are a blockhead. Oh. I understand. She's still talking. Oh, shitter. I see. I thought you had more sense of humor, but I guess you really are a blockhead. I'm very sorry. I always use the same greeting to show my affection for you, but I guess it was hard for you to understand. What do you mean by affection? I have not done anything that deserves your affection. Come, Emiya. We will be late if we concern ourselves with this fox.
You say sure doesn't get along with Tosuka. Well, I feel the same way, so I'm in no position to feel sympathy.
It'd be like that sometimes.
So, our eyes meet as I walk past her. We decide to act normally when there are people around. I naturally ignore Tosuka and follow Ise. But...
Good morning, Emiya-kun. I'm glad you seem well.
I don't know what she's angry about, but she embraces my arm and puts on a big smile. My head goes blank. It's because even though we've been seeing each other, this is the first time we've touched each other in a month. Tosuka. I try not to blush as I bear the sensation of her touch.
I'm joking, but it is true that I am happy, Emiya-kun. Let's go home together after you finish helping out the student council after the ceremony. I'll keep on waiting in my classroom.
Your classroom? Tosuka puts emphasis on keep on waiting.
What are you saying? Let go of him already! It has nothing to do with you, Ryudo-kun. Excuse us, I am busy as well since I have to make a speech in your place, Student Council President. What?
Tosuka leaves, leaving behind the footsteps of a victor.
What was that about, Emiya? What is your relationship with that fox?
Well, it's hard to explain. First of all, I think I told you before that we're acquainted.
That was a month ago. I warned you to cut your ties with her. Oh, I get it. Does she hold a weakness of yours?
Well, I guess you can call it weakness.
I knew it. Dang, I cannot let you go now. Tosuka, consult me! Emiya, confess to Emiya! We shall give that fox her due punishment!
Ise shakes me. Look at the time, Ise. The ceremony's starting.
I do not care. The ceremony starts out with a speech from that fox. It shall be mentally good for us not to hear it.
The student council president keeps shaking me. Ise is normally calm, but his personality changes when it involves Tosuka. Tosuka must be his natural enemy, but... Sorry, Ise. I'm sorry to let you down, but I can't do anything about Tosuka. She'll beat me instead if I go to beat her. You shouldn't go near her.
That is a rare negative comment coming from you. Is the weakness she's holding that bag?
Unfortunately, so I'm leaving you to go take care of Tosuka. I know it's a hard fight, but please do your best.
I see. Alright, do not worry, Emiya. It is for the good of our school. I shall reveal her true nature and overthrow her. She seems to be planning something with all the athletic clubs, but the student council will be ready for her before the next year is out. The real match starts then.
The student council president smiles in anticipation. But Ise, we'll all be graduating in a year.
The tone shift right now is fucking wild.
Epilogue! The ceremony comes to the end and the school starts to lose its liveliness. Spring break has started. Most of the students have left with a smile, and the students in athletic clubs are getting ready for their training camps. There aren't that many students left in the building. All the classrooms are empty, and the hallways tinted in red.
So you're finally done, huh? Issei makes you help even on the last day. I'm sure that's his way of getting me back.
An empty classroom. Tosuka smiles and says so as soon as she sees me coming into the red-tinted class 2A. Hey, that's because you did that ridiculous thing. I would have been freed a lot earlier if you hadn't gone and said needless things. I complain as I go into the classroom. Why is it so awkward to go into someone else's classroom, even though they all look the same?
What, are you saying it's my fault, Shiro?
Half of it is definitely you. Look, you're the one who said we should act as strangers until next year, so everyone would get suspicious. So why'd you do such a thing?
You don't mind a bit of a running start since this year's over, right? First of all, there are other ways to ignore me. We weren't in a cafeteria or something. We were the only ones there, so at least give me a nod or something.
I don't know why she's unhappy, but Tosca looks away and complains. Is it because of the evening sunlight? Her familiar gesture looks so fresh and cute that I'm fascinated. Man, here, I got this, but do you want it? I show her the orange juice that was distributed among the helpers.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Good, you're considerate about things like this.
She receives the juice box and takes a sip out of the straw. She's sitting by the window. She looks down at the campus as if she's watching something bright. I follow her example and look down as I drink. It must be the track team that's running. They sure are energetic, running like that when spring break starts tomorrow.
Hey, were you on the track team before, Emiya-kun?
Then, Tosca suddenly asked me a strange question. Track team? No, I was always in the archery club.
I see. Well, I guess there are times like that. Seeing the setting sun just reminded me.
Telling me to forget about it, Tosca continues to drink the orange juice. I'll forget about it if she wants me to. When she calls me Emiya-kun, half the time she's going to make a sarcastic remark, and the other half she's going to say something really important. I'm sure in this case it's the latter. After a month of studying magic under her, I'm finally starting to recognize her habits.
But time sure flies by. It's already been a month since the Holy Grail War ended and you became my apprentice. At this rate, I'm sure a year will fly by as well.
It's been a month since Tosca started teaching me the basics of magic. I've been busy with hard work and Tosca's malicious nature, but she's right now that I think about it. This past month sure went by quickly. So I'm sure a year would pass in a flash. A year, huh? We'll be leaving the school at that time.
Yeah, today would be my last time in this classroom, and I'll be in a new classroom starting in April. And just like that, I'll be going to a new place in a year.
Tosca holds her knees and looks down from the window. A new place, huh? What will I be doing a year from now when I graduate? No, I don't even need to think about it. There's only one thing I must do. I need to make my ideal come true, just like he did. And, well, there's one other big goal right now, but I don't want to think about it since it's irritating.
What will you be doing after you graduate, Emiya-kun? Are you going to succeed your dad?
Huh? Well, that's true, but I want to become a proper magus more than I want to succeed my father. I can't boast unless I'm a proper magus.
Oh? And to whom are you going to boast?
This. My other goal is to make her admit defeat. It doesn't matter, right? My goal right now is to become a proper magus, and that's why I'm your apprentice right now. Please give me your best regards for the next year.
Oh, you sure are optimistic. You think you can become a proper magus in a year? I was ready to teach you for 10 years when you became my apprentice. But I see. You're fine with just one more year, huh?
10 years? That's great, but no, that's not it. That's a really long way ahead. Would you get tired?
Nope. As your goal is to become a proper magus, my goal is to make you a proper magus. I have it all planned out in my head, you know? Should I write it down and give it to you?
Well, that's great, but
I guess that's impossible. You're going to succeed your dad, right? Then that means you'll be staying here after you graduate.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Your family supervises this town. You can't leave this town, right?
Me? I'll be going to London after I graduate. I got an admission recommendation because of what happened, so I guess they're letting me in without any tests.
What? You mean that, London? The headquarters of the Magic Association?
Yep, there's a limit to what I can do here, so I'm thinking of studying there for about 5 years. I hear that my dad did the same thing, and it's natural to go to the highest institute of education if you want to be a proper magus, right?
I'm stunned. It's so sudden that my head blanks out. It's natural for Tosca, who's a legitimate magus. I finally realized the difference in our positions. London, huh? That's a really amazing thing, right?
I don't know. It's vexing, but it's not because they approve of my own powers. I was only invited because of my dad's achievements, and because I'm the last one alive.
She speaks casually, but I'm sure it's an amazing thing. But London, huh? That's certainly too far away. My father wasn't in the Magic Association. I'm just like him. I don't like formal stuff.
But you have the qualifications to enter in that case. I'm sure they'll test you if I recommend you.
But I might be able to move there. I can start working more, study English, save up traveling, living expenses, and find a job over there.
I was trying to think that was what you said. Oh, okay, no, I'm right. I know you're not enthusiastic about going there since the Magic Association is your enemy, but the clock tower has proper equipments and it's really well suited for training. Oh, but you have to keep your reality marble a secret, so I guess they'll test your basics. Well, would 1 year be enough?
No, let's say I am able to rent an apartment there. I don't know what kind of a place the clock tower is, but I'm sure Tosca will get even busier. Then it should be better for me to go there after I become a proper mage just by myself. Yeah, that sounds good. First of all, London isn't suited for me. I bet I'll faint if I go there, and it's filled with people like Kotomine.
Hey, are you listening to me, Emiya-kun?
Huh? Were you saying something, Tosca? Tosca frowns and shuts her mouth. So, after taking a deep breath, she makes a serious face and...
I forgot to tell you, but I'm being invited as the successor of the Tosca family. In other words, I can get a proper room as a proper magus.
She says something strange.
I'm telling you that they approve of me as a proper magus, so it's not unusual for me to have an apprentice or two, right? There are factional disputes there, so I'm allowed to take at least one of my apprentices.
Tosca sneaks a peek at me. That's... I may be blunt, but I know what Tosca's trying to say. In a word...
Yep, I can unconditionally take one follower as an assistant. You won't have to take the test that way, and you'll be exempt from tuition fees. Well, but you'll be in a disadvantageous position because you'll be a student at the Magic Association without being part of it.
My head resumes its thinking. No, I forced it to start working again. What Tosca's telling me... I put every cell in my brain to work to weigh the options I have. I must look funny as Tosca's giggling. What? I'm not considering going there because you talked me into it, okay?
Is that all you want to tell me? Well, I'm going to London.
She looks kindly at me. Then Tosca makes a mischievous expression.
So what will you do, Shiro?
She asks me gently, with eyes that see through me. My face turns red. Her words and expression blow away my humility and my dislike of the Magic Association. This is what I mean by Tosca holding my weakness. I can't help it if I fell in love with her.
Oh, why go silent now? I haven't heard your answer yet.
She keeps smiling mischievously. She knows what my answer is, but she's mercilessly attacking me. To be honest, London's too far away, but I can't imagine myself being taught by anyone other than Tosca. And I never even thought about parting with her. Most of all, I want to be with Tosca.
Be clear, this is important. Will you still come with me, even if it's as my assistant?
Shut up, you idiot! You idiot! If it's so important, tell me about it in a more appropriate place! I can't answer you when it's so sudden! I don't know what'll happen to me if I keep staring at her, so I look away. I still feel Tosca's presence. She's happily watching my reaction.
Hey Shiro, what's your answer?
She murmurs gently. She's got me beat. Is it this hard to nod and reply honestly? But I can't turn around unless I say it to her. You idiot. Don't ask me such an obvious question. I meet Tosca's gaze and tell her my honest opinion. Her smile broadens at those words.
Okay, then please give me your best regards from now on, Emiya-kun. I'm going to train you until you become a proper magus, so prepare yourself.
Same to you. I took that seriously. I'm going to get taught by you until I become a proper magus.
Of course, I'm going to make you an honest man and have you lead a happy life. I won't allow you to give up just by getting taken to London.
Where'd her previous prettiness go? She says it with a daring smile and jumps off the desk. The sunset should end soon. Spring break will end, April will come, and another year should pass by quickly. We'll part with this scenery until then. After a year, Tosca and I will spend our final days of student life here.
Let's go home. It'll be a lively dinner at your place today.
We leave the classroom without any lingering memories. We can still hear the club activities from outdoors. The sounds are far off, and they remind me of the sword fight. I can't stay in the same place forever. Tosca and I will be going someplace different in a year. It should be a while before I find out if it's the right choice or not. I recall that red figure one more time. Neither this classroom nor that fight will change. Everything is the same. Everything's an illusion, like a mirage that disappears when one turns around. But I can get there if I aim high. I'll surely be able to catch up to his back with Tosca's help. So I'll come up with an answer at that time. The swords that echo far away. By relying on those sounds, I shall eventually reach that place. Walking with the wind blowing on your face. Walking towards the future. Busy days with no compass to guide you. After traveling to distant exotic countries, you will return to where you belong one sunny day.
Woo!
Hey, we did it! I assume that was the true ending, but we can look through the menus, I think. Oh, that was fun.
Okay, question. Is there any fake content that fills in the gap between the end of Unlimited Bladeworks and, I guess, Archer's Guardian form?
Not really. There's like some short scenes about him like approaching.
Okay, sorry.
There's some short scenes about Shiro approaching like Gaia, the like Earth Center thing. And he's got like a little scarf on, but it's pretty like. There's not really. They don't go into detail about it. There might be some like accompanying material type stuff, like a little handbook that mentions it more.
Yeah.
But no, the only thing I think one of the animes I think shows it more than, unless the Heavens Feel true ending shows it, but I can't imagine.
Because I know at the end of Unlimited Bladeworks, they actually show them at the clock tower, but it's like a small, just like snippet.
Yeah. I know there's a scene I'm remembering from somewhere where he's like in front of the big orb that is supposed to be like the Earth itself. And he like makes the pact, but you don't really see all the information about it. You've already got.
Music brains. Hello, Kelly Kid. Welcome, drunk. I am Mom.
Yeah, I think it's the Unlimited Bladeworks anime.
When you said taught earlier, I thought you said topped, and I was ready to accept it as a lie for this.
Like Nox said, that is also correct.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no debate.
Dude, when I read that, I was trying so hard not to laugh. Yeah!
Shiro's the fucking most bottom character I've ever... Oh, I got paid during that. Oh, nice. I think this is the true ending thing.
Yeah, boy!
Hold on one second.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
Oh, do you have to sign away your soul?
No,
it's not 11 It's not 11 p.m. yet. We have 13 minutes before you have to sign away your life.
Oh shit, 11 your time. We can knock out this final epilogue thing.
You thought we were gonna stop now?
Well, no, I thought that you were suggesting that, and I was trying to subtly hint that I did not want to do that.
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't time sensitive.
We ready?
Mm-hmm.
What came and went were distant memories. They were signs that he forgot and cast away, something that cannot be returned. The sparks of the crashing swords. Crashing spirits. Many dozens of unskilled attacks and defenses. They were clumsy attacks that just tried to deny each other. Why did such a thing revive a worn-out oath? They were impossible attacks. His charging body's covered in wounds. His fingers are broken, his limbs are slashed apart, his breathing had stopped, even although the boy doesn't know it. Even at a rush, his speed is trifling and his attacks are mediocre. Although he has absorbed his combat skill, his techniques are now as clumsy as an amateur's again. His attack is executed haphazardly, but his attack is heavier than any that came before. There is no superhero. The boy's mind is obliterated by the one who grew to realize that fact more than anyone. The distorted mind should collapse from the stress. It's obvious that the boy will be devoured by his contradiction. But where are the signs of his defeat? He moves his wounded body and steadies his faltering mind, but there's no hesitation in his attacks. His fury is incomparable to before. The boy swings his sword recklessly. The attacks are equally matched. The space is filled with sparks, and everything entering it will be cut to pieces. It is the embodiment of their minds that melt together even though they repel each other. The desperate attack. It's only a dying spark that a man gives off in his last moment. The boy gasps with each attack, almost falls, steadies himself, and attacks yet again. Seeing it, he's confident that his enemy has no power left. The boy in front of him is a corpse. But why is there infinite power in his arms holding the sword? He sees an illusion. It must be because he got bored of seeing someone attacking, even though he knows it's useless. The irritation boils up his most detestable impulse. What did he feel was beautiful and noble? The boy said he doesn't want to see people die meaninglessly. He wanted to save everyone who's in trouble if they could be saved. It's out of the question. He knows such a wish is just meaningless hypocrisy. An ideal where others are more important than yourself is an ideal that should never be held. But did he ever not dream that such a life would be wonderful? He can't hear what his enemy's saying. His enemy's voice is too weak to be heard, but his attacks are fierce. The enemy's hands are already one with the hilt. It must be to fix the sword there, but the impact will go to his body like that. The boy is covered with blood, and he'll die if he retreats. For the boy, every attack comes with great pain. The voices are hard to pick up. The boy who's on the verge of death frantically opposes the impediment in front of him. He doesn't need to be told where the boy's motivation is coming from. It's a bad dream. He's shown an old mirror image. He keeps swinging his sword with tearing arms. The only thing there is a strained yell. There were people that couldn't be saved, and there was him who could not save them. He saw people dying meaninglessly, and he swore never to let such a thing occur again. There's only one thing that comes and goes through his mind. Things he believes in. Things he believed in. An ideal he swore never to surrender. Something he'll never surrender. And so, he realizes there'll be no end to the attacks. This enemy will not stop. This enemy will never stop on his own. Even though the boy's attacking with all his power, he's taking no notice of him. The boy's only trying to slash himself, the one who obstructs himself. His enemy is fighting for the things he believed and for the things he'll keep on believing in. Realizing that, he grits his teeth. The boy keeps challenging, even though he knows he can't win and that it's meaningless. That is the exact mistake he made. But then, why? Why do these eyes keep on staring at him? Another crashing sound. The attack is parried. The enemy that couldn't block any attacks repels the attack like nothing. The mirror breaks. He's not strong. He's not strong at all. He fights risking his life, looking ugly and miserable. But who in the world can laugh at him? He stops his breath. Parrying the oncoming attack, the enemy readies his sword again. A final blow. Will the boy stay standing in spite of all his wounds and the strain on his mind? Of course. The boy overcame such limits 10 times. It's obvious the enemy will not stop, even if this attack is blocked. The boy slashes his sword even though he's collapsing. Those eyes. They're looking straight at him. He sees a familiar dream for an instant. Whose dream was that, and who inherited that dream? The boy's voice reaches the empty mind. A single scenery closes in. What an ugly, fanatic goodwill. A beautiful ideal to struggle for. The final blow is coming in. But the man doesn't watch the sword that's about to pierce him. That is the only thing on the boy's mind. Even if his heart is a fake, the beauty of what he believed in is real. That is something he cannot lie about. And it's the origin of his powers. The boy cries out with a smashed throat that he wants everyone to be happy. Yes. There's no road of retreat. Because the dream is... He's made numerous mistakes. He had no way to atone for them except for hating and killing himself. His hands are covered in blood, and it's something that can never be forgiven. But still, a straight gaze. Mistakes and lies. Shaking off everything. Running on without stopping. The battle ends with a victory. The pain in his chest doesn't lift up his conviction. As the man hates himself, salvation will never be given. But he earns a small answer. The answer is only for the summoning. It's a meaningless thing that he'll forget the next time he's summoned. But there's nothing to regret. It is something that's already been built up, something the boy will build using all his life. There's only one thing coming and going through his mind. There's regret. He doesn't know how many times he wished to redo things. Heroic spirit Emiya will forever curse this end. But still, I was not wrong. There's nothing to talk about. The boy will remain and he will leave. The only things that remain are the exchange blows. The path is long. Relying on the sounds of the swords echoing far away, the boy heads for the deserted plains.